Hello, my name is Rich Howard, and I'm the owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is going to be talking about and going through the steps of basically building a work area, a desk we're going to build, and we're going to add some other creature comforts to a environment in which I spend time working in. So let's move forward and let me show you what I have in mind. Let's lift this, see if it rotates freely. Oh yeah, I have no problem with this. I hear some creaking. Oh yeah. Let's pull it. That's what it's going to look like in the stowed position. Those drop leaf supports should allow that to come up and stay right there. Happy with this. The creaking is probably just the substrate of what this is actually made of. It's good. No problem. I mean, considering the fact that this was all basically scrap material. And yeah, like I said, what I should have done, I should have beveled all of this. I should have. Well, that's no problem. Laminate trimmer, a little V-bit, and just zip around that. If it proves to be an issue, I will most definitely do that. But I don't expect I'll be finding that to be an issue. So why cut in? Well, because we have a very narrow space, and 12-inch is not enough. So this gives me a little bit more room. The monitor will be up on the wall, if you recall, and we'll have space here for the keyboard. And a little room on the sides, just to temporarily put stuff. And we're going to need to fold that down when we come through with the man lift, if you recall. That's really why we made it that sort of drop leaf design. And that's what it is. So what's going to happen is tomorrow we will simply get the drop leaf supports attached. We'll look at the installation instructions for the dimension. We'll pre-drill some holes. We'll zip it together, and we're going to take it over to performance, and we're going to attach it, and we'll test it. So we're getting there. All right, let's keep moving. In this segment, we're going to talk about how to install these drop leaf supports is what we're going to talk about. These are the Walters of Wabash 8-inch. Our part number is TPDL20801. I don't know if there are 2 or 3 sizes. We'll discover that. These are the small ones. Because this desk doesn't weigh very much. It's not very deep. And I think 8-inch would be the right size for this compared to what the other sizes are. So we're going to talk about how to get this installed, obviously, is what we're going to do. It's going to look like this when the drop leaf is dropped, when the leaf is dropped. It's going to look, yeah, definitely going to look like this when it's installed. So, a couple of drop leaf supports by Walters of Wabash. Let's switch to the screen view and let's take a closer look at what these.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Okay, so in the drop leaf support, there is a 8-inch and a 10-inch. Okay, there are 2 sizes of this. So we're doing the 8-inch. 8-inch length, used without table apron. No, we do not have a table apron. And while I am certainly not an expert when it comes to furniture manufacturing, I understand this to be the apron. I don't have an apron. I don't have anything here to connect to. So I have to go like this. That's what I'm doing. Okay, steel material with a yellow gold zinc plated finish. Yeah, that's zinc dichromate. It's a corrosion resistant plating. Installation screws not included. Spring also holds leaf in dropped position. Safety ring release is built into the handle. That's the black part of this. Load capacities vary depending on the width, depth, thickness, material type used in the application. I won't be putting much weight on it at all, other than my forearms resting on the drop leaf. Support cannot jackknife accidentally because leaf is held securely in place by the tension ring. Yeah, what they're saying is that's not going to fall down accidentally because it's It's secure in place by that D-ring. Let's look at the cut sheet. Righto. That's what we're going after. All this we've already gone over. Used without table apron. Great, let's look at the instructions. And this is really why I brought us here. So, here we are. We need to be, this is pretty easy, 2-inch. From the center line over to the front of the bracket, we need to be 2-inch. Easy peasy. We've got access to the screws. I've got 1.25-inch drywall screws. That's frankly what I'm going to use. I'm going to have to think about that because this is only 1.125 and I don't want to get that close to piercing through. I'll take a look at what I have. I'm going to need a total of 6 screws. So 2 inches the dimension. That's why we came here. Center line of the piano hinge. I suppose I could have installed it this way. I could have done some additional routing. Okay, 2-inch. We're just going to easily remember 2-inch. Okay, so I'm over at the workbench going to install this. I've got the 8-inch laid out here, but I've realized I don't love that. I'm going to go over and get the 10-inch. So let's take a ride over to the shop and let's get the 10-inch size. As I head over to the shop, I do want to say that it's awfully nice to finally see sunshine here on the last week of January 2025. It's been exceptionally cold here. I probably mentioned it I certainly mentioned it previously. It was 37 2 mornings ago when I went to get into the pool, and the pool heater just turns out could not keep up with that, and that's not ideal at all. But when you've got sunshine in the morning, 2 days in a row as we've had, it's going to warm up. So it started out this morning at 52 degrees, and right now at 10:30 in the morning it's 61. So we're probably going to be scratching 65 or north of that. So here we are, we've left Horseshoe and we're arriving at our Enterprise location. That's us. Let's go inside and let's grab the proper drop leaf supports. All right, now, I don't know where the drop leaf supports are kept in the shop, so let's check out the inventory. Here's the 10-inch. So what a user can see is our inventory. I've got 38. That should be 38 pair. They're in my location 353 for the 10-inch. The 8-inch are in 17-2. So I'll have to put these 2 away. And let's go find location 353 for the 38. That should be pair. 353, that's row 1, row 2, row 3. It's the 5th column off the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So they should be in here. And yeah, they're going to be right here in this box. I'm pretty sure. Unfortunately, this box is not marked. Oh, no, that's not. It is marked. That's a hit. That's a hit 66, 264. That is not what we're looking for. No, sir. Let's put that. 353. Oh, there they are. They're right here. They're marked. There we go. 1 pair of them. Awesome. Yeah, they're clearly larger. Now we're going to have to go back to the installation instructions and figure out what our mounting dimension is. But we'll do that before we walk out. And the most important thing we have to do is to correct the inventory in the computer, because we do actually exert a lot of time and energy to making that correct. Now we've got 37 and save and close. Let's go back to the item itself and look at the installation instructions. All right, now it wants it at 2 3/4, 10-inch with the mounting bracket at 2 3/4. We stock only the 8s and 10s. I should look in to see if I can get the 12-inch. And if I had 12-inch for this, I would have used it. Let's turn off our monitor, Turn off the lights. All right, let's go back over to Horseshoe and pick it up.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Okay, we're back here at Horseshoe. Come back into the shop. Let's lay these pieces down and see if we feel a little bit better about the size. I imagine that we will. Oh yeah, looks better. If I had the 12-inch, I would be using those, but I don't, and I don't have a problem with that. Let's get a tape measure, and let's lay out where we're going to pre-drill these holes. All right, 2 3/4 over, and I think what we'll do is we've got 12-inch. I don't see any reason to not install this right in the center of that section. Probably what I'll do is marginally bias it over. Since the majority of weight is going to be over in this area towards the center, I'm going to come 2/3 of the way over, which means 9-inch. One, 2 3/4. One, 2 3/4. Okay, now we know where to line everything up. Our bracket's got to flush off. We've got a center line here. 2 3/4 back. We're over the center line of our pencil mark. And we're in the center here. That's looking good. I'm going to have to see what screws I can find. I want something shorter than 1 inch. We're going to take a walk and see what we can do in terms of some shorter screws, as I was saying. Right when the camera battery said, no mas, no mas. Oh, that's what we'll use, 3/4 inch. That's great. I love that. Okay, let's walk over and let's get this party started. I'd prefer 1 inch, but yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, this looks good. What do you say we turn this thing over and take a test? Let's do that right now. Okay, now obviously it's not installed into our structure, but the point of the matter is we're here to test those drop leaf supports, and everything looks like it's together good. And if you recall, the manufacturer said that there's no chance of it jackknifing, and I know that I've still got pencil marks on the bottom. If I was finishing this, I would certainly erase those and then sand them off. No chance of it jackknifing. And I agree with that. Yeah, because they, as you can see, they solidly snap into place. Let's just do this. If I try to, pretending that this was upside down, the right way up, if I was going to try to forcibly lift this part up, I can't. It's not going to go. Yeah, these drop leaf supports are nice. Okay, here's what I've done. I've got it clamped down to the table, and yeah, you can very easily see how that's all put together. Yes, I would have gone with a longer one because there is a small amount of bend to it. But again, when I'm sitting at this desk, my weight's going to be really in here. So at the end of the day, attaching the drop leaf supports, which we're going to demonstrate in a moment, is super easy peasy. Well, we're gonna test the 2 3/4 dimension, because this axis of pivoting and this axis of pivoting have to be compliant. All three of those points. It would be nice if that got out much, much longer. These are 10-inch. Boy, I would have used a 16-inch if they made them. Hey, let's test it though. That ain't awful. That's not awful at all. Ah, it snaps up so nice. Snaps up positively with no work. I didn't expect that to be done so elegantly. And they're relatively inexpensive pieces of hardware. I'm thrilled with how that looks. Yeah, we're good. Again, if we had bigger ones, I would use bigger ones. Let's pull it up. Let's just see how it snaps in place. Look at that. Just like downtown. Hey, it's time to load it and take it and install it to the structure that it's going into.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
Okay, here we are. The desk has been brought. And does it fit within the space allotted? It does. It will. It will. Oh yeah. It will. We just got to spread it out a little bit. So we're going to have to get in here, and we're going to have to pull this part out. Yeah, we're going to start with pulling all of this out. Let's take a closer look. I don't recall what my plan was, but removing this is going to happen. This structure, we're going to go right to these sides. We'll have that open enough to where we'll be able to slide this in. Yeah, no doubt about it. We got a little bit of wiggle room on this side. We might have to cheat it out a little bit. But that's it. That's where it's going. Okay, let's start modifying the structure. I'm going to go with the fact that I very likely just made this the wrong width. And thankfully that is going to be something that's not insurmountable, because I really wouldn't want to put this back on the machine and trim it. And the reason I wouldn't want to do that is because the fixture, it would just take time to establish a 000 position. I'm happy with the cutout. I'm just going to modify our structure in order to accept this desk. So, yeah, I think the bottom line is measure twice and cut once. Once again, proves to be words to live by. We're going to have to find ourselves 5/16 of an inch is what we're going to have to find ourselves for sure. So let me tell you what I'm thinking about doing here. We're going to cut this. And I'm going to come with a structure that'll look like that. Okay. And then another piece that we're going to use to come down just like this. What I should probably do is bolt it all together so you can see it easier. But the mouth, and here where my moving thumb is, that's what's going to hold all of this. So that's going to be what I'll do. And let's get to work pulling some of these pieces out.
Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.